Hi, good morning. It's so nice to see you. I'm Courtney, and I'm so happy that you found this and that you are who you are today. And it doesn't have to be any different right now. You don't have to worry about where you are going. You don't have to worry about what's next or how it's going to look because maybe you don't know. Maybe it's more beautiful than you could even imagine. And that our small little brain, the way it is, could only see what we've been used to. And so if we're used to what it has been and what we know, then we're just thinking from that perspective, and it could be so much more beautiful. The possibility could be so much more beautiful. And you'll say, well, I like to know what's going to happen. I like to be confident in that. And I'll say, do you ever know what's really going to happen? Do we really have any control of what's going to happen next? We think we do, but within a moment's time, like, things can change and you'll be okay. This morning I wrote, you are strong, you are confident, you are stable. And we all are. We just somehow forget. We forget that we're these divine beings having human experiences, and so we remember our problems, we remember how people speak to us, we remember. It's funny, I went to the supermarket yesterday to pick up food, and I asked the guy how his day was, and I was like, oh, how is everyone treating you? And he said, we have 100 people come in to here, and 95 people are nice to me. I tend to remember the 5 people that weren't. Isn't that interesting, like the human mind, and how, like, someone could give us so many compliments and so many praises, and we remember the one thing that's not nice about ourselves. The one time that someone said something really mean to us. Maybe they called us a name. I thought, like, how could we call anyone names? Like, in this day and age of who we are and who we know we can be and who our authentic, most beautiful, divine selves, and we're supposed to know that. How can we call each other names? We don't have to anymore. And if someone calls us a name, don't take it. It's to shame you, it's to guilt you, it's to blame you. Listen, we're all doing the best we can, moment to moment to moment. That's all we can do. And if we're not, we do know. If we're not being our authentic, loving selves, and we're not being kind, our heart hurts. We get a message. We have an intuition. We're all capable. Really, we are all capable of forgiveness. We're all capable of being together, and we're all capable of accepting each other just the way we are. And not wanting people to be so different than who they were yesterday, and not wanting ourselves to be so different than who we were yesterday. Like, this radical acceptance of who we are in this moment. And maybe there's things we don't like about ourselves. I mean, listen, there's guaranteed things we don't like about ourselves. There's that voice in our head that tells us that we're not enough. But to remember the things that aren't nice, or the people that aren't nice to us, I think that has to change because we're giving them too much power. And we have to try to change that reptilian brain of ours, right? That mindset of ours to think, okay, well, that person might have said something, but maybe they have their own stuff, and maybe that's not about me. And maybe it is about me, and I have to look at that. I think a lot about, like, what it is to be a nice person, and I've thought about this a lot, a lot. And I've wasted so much of my time to be a nice person, I'll say. And what I realized is what a nice person, a lot of people perceive of what a nice person is if I do exactly what you want me to do. If I'm doing exactly what you want me to do, then I'm a nice person. Think about that. Is that really, like, a nice person? Ugh, it's, like, gross. Really, think about that. It doesn't feel nice. And so today, like, I'm a really big planets, stars person. working with the energy. It's really about getting your feet on the ground on this earth, knowing that you're stable and you're secure and you're confident. And even sometimes when you don't feel it, we have to embody it. We have to fake it till we make it. They say, oh, that doesn't work. Well, of course it works, because if you are going to not think you're secure, if you're going to think you're not enough, if you're going to think you don't have enough, you're just going to repeat that, right? It's like this constant, the habit of being me. And we all know that. And so what is it going to take today to feel good, to feel secure, to maybe separate yourself from your personality a little bit and like look at yourself and see how great you are. And if somebody says a nice compliment to you, take it. Take the compliment. And if someone says not something nice to you, don't take it in. Don't absorb it. No longer absorb people's stuff. You know, we're all hurt. Every one of us. We all come into this world, we're hurt. No one is not hurt. I promise you that. We all have to have a little patience for ourselves and maybe a little patience for others. But how we speak, what we say to somebody else, how we treat each other is so important. That doesn't mean we have to do everything everyone else wants us to do. Quite the opposite. Because actually, I learned this from my mother, which is surprising, and other people really had an issue with her. If the only person you have to you have to like yourself. You have to like yourself, and maybe other people aren't going to like you. But if you're going to continue to do everything that everyone else wants from you, and then suffer, you're not going to feel good. You're not going to feel confident. You're not going to feel secure. You're going to get this longing need that something is not right. And so think about that. People will think I'm nice if I do what they want me to do. But what do I want to do? I mean, this is it. I've got this one body, this one life. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It is really hard to be human sometimes. But I will say this. We are these divine creatures, and we are enough. And in this moment right now, wherever we are, it's just enough. And as a friend just told me, and we can always do better. A brilliant friend of mine. I'm so grateful to know him. We could always do better. It doesn't mean we're not enough. So it's been really nice. I really appreciate you hearing this. I really appreciate you knowing you're strong and you're stable and secure. And I really, really, really appreciate you choosing to know you're enough. And to actually ask yourself, what do I want? What do I want? Maybe that's being nice to yourself. Have a good day.